You earn 30,000. You don't drink expensive coffee. You don't drive an expensive car, and you don't spend on luxury. Yet, one way or the other, your money disappears within a few days of getting your income. In today's episode, we're going to look at 3 budget options. That is the 50-30-20, zero-based budget, and blind budget. By the end of the video, we will see why some of these budgets don't work. Hello good people, Jacie is my name, and this is the Money and Growth Circle, where we are working towards financial peace and ultimately financial freedom. If this is your kind of content, consider subscribing and turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time we have a new upload. Let's investigate. Mercy, a young professional, earns a net income of 30,000. Whether from business or from employment, the net is 30,000. From the 30,000, she has housing, transport, food, airtime, family support, M-Pesa and bank charges, work contributions, emergencies, welfare, black tax. The list is endless. Remember, the list is so long for a 30,000 income, and sometimes not just 30,000 but any income, because some of these issues arise along the month which you had not planned for, especially if you have allocated a specific budget. For her 30,000, the expectation is that 50% goes to her needs, 50% being 15,000, 30% being 9,000 goes to wants, and 6,000 should go to savings and investment. Sounds simple and straightforward? Well, not really. But here is the reality about her budget. Her housing is 8,000, transport 3,000, food 3,000, utilities 1,000. The total is perfect because she's sticking to the 50% rule of your needs. But here is the problem. By this time, her mother has not called with her problems. She wants Mercy to assist with 2,000 for school fees. There's a sibling emergency of 2,000. There's an office fundraiser of 500. There are bank and M-Pesa charges of 500. So suddenly, there are other expenses amounting to 4,000. Remember, she may not be able to do away with her basic needs. This therefore means that she has to get this extra money from the savings. Ideally, it was expected that the budget would work. But these other expenses which have come up have reduced the saving fund by 4,000 already, which means now she's able to save only 2,000. And some months, she's not even able to save, which means the budget looked so good until reality hit and disagreed with how she had strategized herself. Let's go to the second option, that is blind budget, where most of the people fall in. You only have money, but you don't know where your money goes to. No budget, no plan, no review, salary comes in, bills get paid, everything else happens automatically. So sometimes you find your budget looking like this. Housing is 8,000, transport 4,000, food 5,000, airtime and data 2,000, weekend spending 3,000, family support 3,000, M-Pesa and bank charges 500, random purchases 2,500. Total spent 28,000. So you only have 2,000 left. And before you know it, an emergency creeps. And before it's even payday, you're borrowing. And the result? Maximum stress, no savings, no investment, no progress. Then you go to option 3, zero-based budget. That means every coin has an allocation. So housing is 8,000, transport 3,000, food 4,000, airtime and data 1,000, family support and emergency fund 2,000 each, investments 3,000, personal spending 2,000, M-Pesa and bank charges 500, buffer fund 4,500, total 30,000. You will notice the difference. We didn't pretend that family expenses, aka black tax, does not exist. We didn't pretend emergencies don't happen. We didn't ignore the transaction charges. We planned for them because budget should reflect reality, not theory. After comparing the three options, the blind budget takes the number 3 slot because it does not have direction, no financial growth, and no control. Number 2 goes to 50-30-20. It believes that everything that you make belongs to you, whilst you have many people to support. You have your parents, your siblings, your relatives, and your friends. That's why we call it black tax. It ignores bank charges, M-Pesa charges, fundraisers, and family emergencies. These expenses are real. Ignoring them doesn't make them disappear. But it would work for you if your expenses are strictly your own and you don't have extended family and friends depending on you, number 1. And 2, you allocate a portion in your budget that will cater for others. So it's not like it's so bad. It's only that you need to adjust it to accommodate other people if need be. Number 1 goes to zero-based budget, which allocates every coin to an expense and it acknowledges real life, not an ideal life. Most people think they are broke because they don't earn much, which may be true in some instances, but in most cases it is because their budget does not align with reality, or they are living in a blind budget. If you spend and you don't know where your money is allocated to or goes to or how to balance, it becomes a problem. These scenarios are exactly what I often see with most of the people who come to me. They come and tell me, Jacie, I have a budget, but by a few days after getting my income, it cannot sustain me anymore. So when I look at the numbers, they forget the real expenses. You find the numbers look good, but the results don't. If your budget looks good, but you're still broke, you may not be the problem, the system is. But of course, you must be ready to make sacrifices. The other day, someone told me that I'm stingy when it comes to how I stringently follow. So if you're willing to become a bit stingy to help your budget come out of the current situation, then book a session. The link is down below. Let's help you find the leak and fix them, as we give every coin a purpose and we continue making money moves one at a time. So once someone comes to me, I will help you come up with a budget that works for your income, your responsibilities, your goals, and your reality. Because financial success is about creating a budget that works for you, not the one that compares with your friend or your neighbor or your relative. Tell me in the comment section, what is your biggest leak in your monthly budget? Is it family support, emergencies, welfare, charity work, impulse spending, unexpected emergencies, which means you don't have an emergency fund? Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new, kindly consider subscribing. If you're returning, thank you so much for always coming back to watch our videos. See you on the next one. Bye.